Howdy, kids. Dr. Freedom here with the times for Dr. News from in and around the universe that just make you go, I'm not kidding. New trailer released today, of course. I was going to do a news video last night, but I was like really like dead after work. I was like, you know, well, Master Burp. You know, sorry, went a little Barney there. I was just dead tired after work, and I was like, okay, I'll just put it off to tomorrow. Nothing big's going to happen, you know. This way I can space my videos out a little bit because some of us don't get tens of thousands of views. That's right, Ace. I'm watching you. Okay, so let's go through it. As you know, trailer release today. Let's go through it really quickly. I have some snaps. All these snaps are up on the Dr. Freedom Facebook page. If you want to run over there to Facebook and take a look at it, you'll find me rather easily. It's not very difficult. So let's start up real quick here. Boom. Okay. We start off with this beautiful asteroid field shot. Oh, yes. CGI rocks always make me a little crazy. Now, moving on. Twin moons and twin suns. Interesting. Possibly, look at that little bugger right up there. So that one ain't too far away. But all right, enough astronomy. Let's keep going. I love the design of this craft. Obviously, some kind of shuttle. Some folks getting out to take a look around. And, of course, here's the doctor. You know, Jodie come running up. Then she's, like, kind of looking over there like, okay, something's happening. I'm loving the cinematic look. I was not too keen on the music, to be honest with you. It seems like they're really leaning on modern music to, you know, sell this off while they're keeping C.J. Nicola's Akinola stuff secret. That's something else we're going to talk about in a minute, by the way, because turns out episode 1 will not have the opening title sequence, and I think I know why. But okay, lovely shot of her using the sonic like, I can cure constipation with this. Okay, moving on. And whenever everyone asks me for help, basically I've never refused. I got scissors and a hammer. Oh, moving on. And it's like kind of like having a dribbled on your shirt moment there. Seriously? And who put her in charge? Why is she in charge of something? They go, she is. So they all given a little affirmation there. Yeah, listen to this person. They know what they're talking about. Serious look. Oh, let's get our shift on. Moving on. And of course, now we know for a fact. Guess what, guys? I called it. No, I'm not doing that to you. Not Sontarans. Nice overhead shot here. I wonder if they shot this out in the desert and this ocean was added in later. A nice little zoom in, like, oh shit moment. You know, like, that's it. I've had enough. I can't do the chase anymore. I'm blowing up the set. Oh. Look, he did it, the bastard. Okay. Now, this is with that awesome looking gun. If you've been going through the page lately of this, there's a picture, a better picture of Ryan, a.k.a. Tawson Cole, holding this particular weapon, and I think that's what this is. Check out the massive dildo cannons. All right, man, moving on. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, those explosions are not pleasant to be in the middle of, are they, Jodie? All right. Ah! Oh, like something's about to come out of the closet. Okay, boom. And of course, we've seen the infamous butt shot in the first trailer. And this is, remember, this is supposedly at a ghost monument. All right, steampunk look. We've seen that before. And of course, taking a little stroll down the street here while checking something out. Probably the Sonic. Look at it. It was like, I am so wasted right now. I'll get moving forward. I'll check out the... Oh, okay. So this is obviously South Africa, to be honest with you, because look at the vehicle. Here, here, and here. So check it out, guys. We found the haunted abandoned mall. All right. And I'm just a traveler. Nice moment there. And looky over here. That certain forbidden subject we're not allowed to discuss. Pregnant guy. Another lovely Sonic shot here. We've seen this lady before. If you remember who she is, please put it in the comment box. It's just I don't have time to dig through my notes, but we've seen her before at the Park Hill Flats filming. There's Bradders again going, oh crap. And there's of course Ryan. And it's kind of like they've realized something's coming after him here. Let's take a run. My God, look at how she runs. Kind of oblong, all right? You know, but still more coordinated than Matt Smith. Oh, okay. Okay, that can't be good. I'm wondering if this isn't from the opening episode where they've seen something falling out of the sky. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I've got bouncy hair. And we've seen this shot before as well. Now, we're going to go back to the couple of these shots in a minute. Okay, check it out. He's looking under the table. Now, look in the background very closely here. There's some kind of big freaking spider-like thing chasing after him. We really can't make it out too well, so I don't want to jump up and say, okay, that's the spider or something like that. But something's going on back there. And check out my God, she's got some kind of kicking ability there. Looks like something might be wrapped up in Jodie's coat. Maybe I'm just nuts. But look at that wallet. Bam. Should have been a footballer. Mandip. All right. You farted. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just giving some random things that pop into my head when I see these. I'm just teasing with you folks. I'm loving the design of the starship so far we've seen. This is a very nice shot of this particular vessel here again. Boom, boom, boom. And this thing is kind of like slithering across the screen as you're watching this bit. So it's kind of like a gigantic, like monstrous cyber horde of shit going on here. You know, it's like, ugh. And she kind of like gives a little kiss off and then walks off into the distance here. Now, I brought this back because as he's looking under this table, if you keep looking, it's as if something is crawling underneath the table. And you'll notice it moving as he brings his head up underneath. And I wanted to go back and catch a snap of that. And here's a little bit closer of a snap. You really can't tell much more from this one either. And we're back to the beginning. So some interesting things going on in the trailer. If you want to watch it for yourself, Doctor Who News has it up right here. Wham, here you go. And it's linked through YouTube. So if you want to just go to YouTube and watch it, you can just click right here. Also, if you go all the way to the end, Jodie has her own little, don't forget to subscribe to the Doctor Who YouTube channel thing now. You know, to go along with Peter's apparently. So hers is now up there. All right, Jodie Whittaker is Doctor Who. The new series goes back to basics for the first time. And this is in the Telegraph. We absolutely want to engage with the 8-year-olds and the 80-year-olds, whether they're into Doctor Who or not, because we're saying if you're not, you don't need to know everything, but I bet you'll enjoy it, Whittaker said. You don't need an encyclopedic knowledge. This is what kind of worries me just a little bit. And I'm still looking forward to the series, don't get me wrong. But I'm just hoping they don't water it down intellectually to the point of mindlessness, like a lot of new series have become. There's a lot of series out there that have started over building on legacies that have happened before. And like, you know, Star Trek Discovery, Battlestar Galactica, and a lot of them end up just being sexed up, watered down intellectually, and the whole point that made those original series so great is lost somewhere in that grueling, watery mix of sex and violence. And it's like, not to mention we've got to water it down and dumb it down. And that, I hate to use that phrase, but it's kind of true. But I'm hoping that's not what they're aiming for here. I really am. I'm still looking forward to seeing this. Can't wait till October 7th. Okay, it's a massively acceptable jumping on point for anybody who's never seen the series, for anybody who has been there since Unearthly Child, though, for anybody else. For anybody else, you can come to it with no knowledge, but equally, if you have got the knowledge, we will pay that off as well. So that gives me a bit of hope right here. The thing is, I'm really wanting a goddamn companion return. I hate to sound like a whiny bastard, but School Reunion was one of the highest rated shows of Doctor Who, and that happened all the way back in the it was the second series with Tennant, and I believe that's 2006, and it ended up yielding a great spinoff. And I don't know why they haven't done it again. Speaking during a break in filming at studios in Cardiff, Chibnall said Doctor Who must compete with the big-budget U.S. shows. Originally, this said during a break in filming from the Christmas special. And I've noticed how this has been changed in most articles now. So Maybe they hadn't filmed all of it, or they're just now getting to it. I know the TARDIS was seen in a field allegedly. I'm still checking to make sure that photo is true before I share it with y'all. And it's just a police box standing out in a grassy field. Like I said, I want verification on that before I start running around. I've been getting way too lax on that. But this is Doctor Who in the era of Netflix. You got to keep up with Black Mirror, with all the DC shows in the U.S. His solution is to, quote, tell great stories with great actors and tell stories that feel resonant to people's lives. I mean, Doctor Who, you didn't capitalize it. Oh, sorry. Doctor Who is the greatest single idea anybody's ever had in the history of television. Yeah, go look up one of his old reviews of it. So just to make that of television. So just make that really and make it the best of your ability. And this one goes on a wee bit more from there. But nice little thing in the Telegraph. Let's keep moving. Over on Cult Box, this is some new information we learned from Doctor Who magazine. Of course, they've now labeled Sharon D. Clark's character as Grace instead of Mary, and now we have to wonder if the whole marriage thing wasn't made up. Okay, Okay, guest starring Sharon D. Clark, Johnny Dixon, Samuel Oatley, and written by Chris Chibnall and Jamie Childs. And there's this synopsis and whatnot again. And they have a few other little snidbits that I didn't include in the last one. So if you want to go check this out, here you go. Once again, now, I didn't put this one up because the ABC, because of the trailer, this is the ABC start time now confirmed. This has me really worried. And I'm not talking about the show. I'm talking about the air times. Because, okay, the ABC, Australian Broadcasting Corporation, has meanwhile confirmed that the new series will air on its main channel from 5:45 p.m. starting on Monday, the 8th of October, with Whovians, to follow on ABC Comedy. Now, each episode will also be on iView immediately after it finishes airing in the UK, which I said is going to be Monday morning. And depending on what time it is, I think most areas of Australia start off at like 9 hours after the UK as far as the time zones go. So, but still, they're going to air it for everyone else on television Monday night dinner time. I'm glad, the show's coming back. I'm really happy it's looking good, but at the same time, it's starting to feel more and more like to me like they've pissed away the international ratings in favor of trying to bring them back up at home to appease an audience that should appreciate the fact that this show is no longer British. It belongs to the world. It has become a worldwide phenomenon, and that's great. That's fantastic. That's something to be amazed and proud of. But really, you're going to piss off the rest of the planet just so you get ratings up back home? Especially when, they finally this year, they're bringing in the new BARB system, which is going to include online views. I'm just having a little header. All right, now, here's back to this. The Doctor Who Series 11, Episode 1, going to be missing the new titles and theme music. And Jodie Whittaker says it starts a little differently. And apparently, from what we've read, what I think they're going to do is it's literally going to start immediately from when the last episode ended, where she's falling out of the TARDIS. And I think it's going to be one of those deals like they did for Era of the Zygons, where they have this big sequence where the credits are all just intermixed. So I don't think we're going to see the title sequence itself until episode 2. All right. Matter of fact, I don't think we're going to see the TARDIS till episode 2. But that's just the theory, especially given I read a tweet earlier today where they've said Jodie's new doctor has already said Artron energy and vortex manipulator. And from what we've heard, spoiler alert, for sensitive ears, there was a picture of the vortex manipulator in South Africa. It was the original actual prop seen with the other ones, but that photo was not leaked. It was only passed around to a certain few people. And to me, that indicates that maybe they don't find the TARDIS in the first adventure. All right. This is Jodie Whittaker's stylist interview. Really big interview. Goes over a lot of ground. So I'm going to leave this one for you to read if you want. But there's a lot of nifty little neat photos, her in various outfits, yada, yada, yada. And she goes over a lot of different things. Like I said, what I love about Jodie's interviews is she has no filter. She's really, really out there. If she wants to swear and cuss, she will. But this led to this, which I found incredibly freaking amusing. We invited Jodie Whittaker to look back on the reaction to last year's big announcement, and she's reading some of the tweets and such that went out, and it's hilarious. So please be sure to go check this out. There'll be a link to it. This is over on the Wrap, and this is like Jodie Whittaker tells us why the doctor's gender is irrelevant. Once again, this is just an interview. I didn't see really much. Like I said, it's very short. So I'm going to leave that for you to read. Nothing big. Now, why they're making a big deal out of this, clues in every color, stripe, and bit of lining in the 13th Doctor's costume, especially when Jodie pretty much covered this at Comic-Con, where she wanted the jacket and all that to represent the sky she fell out of. Now, what do the stripes mean? Don't know, don't care. But they do seem to be rather indicative of what Tom Baker's color scarf was. A lot of people are going, that's technically not accurate. Eat me. All right. Absolutely no, I'm not being paid less than the other actor. I wanted to go over this really quickly. If I remember right, I think Eccleston, like I said, I'm going off memory, made like somewhere in the neighborhood of $500K for his 1 year. I think by the time Tennant left, I think they had to pay him like 400 something K to stay on. I think Matt, I think they had to up his to get him to come back for the 50th anniversary in his final year, which led the time of the Doctor. But the thing is, when Peter Capaldi started, he started the first year, if I remember right, for like 400K pounds per year. And then they dropped him to 240. She's getting paid 240. So I don't know why. That statement's kind of asinine to me, because if you go back and take a look over the records. All right, Missy comes to Big Finish. This is something I'm a little bit excited about, being a Big Finish listener. Michelle Gomez is going to be doing it herself. And this time, the Doctor isn't here to stop her. She's going to be back. And this goes over a bunch of different characters. Apparently, this is Rufus Hound, I believe, is the monk. So, and I'm not sure who these two are, but they do look familiar. So, go check this out if you're into Big Finish. Bam. All right. Lastly, for today, Earthshock will have a BFI screening. The 1982 Fifth Doctor story, Earthshock, is going to be screened at the British Film Institute, BFI, on London South Bank this November. The screening, which will be on the 17th of November at midday, will be the upscaled new version in HD, due for release as part of the Season 19 Blu-ray release that weekend. So the screening will be followed by a Q&A session with Matthew Waterhouse. Doctor! Oh, God. Who played Adric in the story, and writer Eric Sayward. And, of course, no one else showed up because nobody can stand Waterhouse. Maybe Matt Smith should show up. All right. I think it's going general sale on the 25th of September, just a few days from now. Here's the BFI website link if you want. So it was a very big one, wasn't it? And it lasted a long time. So like I said, very excited. People are like, why didn't you have a podcast tonight? I said, it's a weeknight. I'm thinking about having one where we talk about it and some other things we've learned over the last couple of weeks on the Omega Files this weekend. I'm going to probably send the word out to the guys tonight. I just haven't had a chance to. So until next time, everybody, take care. Ta-ta. Enjoy the rest of your day. Remember, the weekend's coming. And that's when the shit gets wild. Party! Oh, sorry. Good night, folks. Take care.